Do you want to photograph a new species and do not know how? This is how I do it. I'm going to show you and tell you a little bit about my field technique for bird photography. Cannot see it right now, but silly me, I forgot my binoculars. That is rookie mistake number one. The binoculars are so important. Binoculars are an important tool for a bird photographer. But coming from Svalbard, where the wildlife is so abundant and it's so much easier to come across some cool wildlife that you haven't seen before. But luckily we do have some really cool species in mainland, and one of them I was lucky to photograph in August this year here. I was tipped of a red-backed shrike, actually 2 pairs of red-backed shrikes, and they have large chicks, searching all the area here for food. Now I can hear them. But the thing is that I didn't take my vlogging camera with me because I saw a male sitting on a beautiful perch, and I just had to try to sneak in that high grass here to see if it can come a little closer. I did. That was so nice. They are looking for food all over the place. I have my tracker blind with me, so I might just sit inside that near the bush here and see if they come back. So let me talk a little bit about how I approach to photograph a new species that I didn't know too much about and the behavior. Today I'm in a field here in a agricultural landscape with mixed forest and open areas, and I'm hoping to photograph a really nice bird I haven't photographed before, and that is the red-backed shrike. And I already seen a male and a couple of chicks, large chicks. They have fledged chicks in the area right now, and there is actually 2 pairs, one on this side and one on that side. So I'm hoping to photograph that beautiful male. But I also see that this is a place where there are a lot of roe deers, and I'm hoping maybe I can get some roe deer pictures as well. I have to see though. But it's a little mixed weather. It shouldn't be raining right now. A little rain I can handle, but not too much though, because I don't have any raincoats on me. In my backpack I have a 3D blanket, so I can use to camouflage myself if I need that. First of all, you got to know your subject. When I approach a new species, I research as much as possible. So let's say that you found the area where the birds are. The first thing I do, I use my binoculars. I set down maybe a higher elevation to sit down and scout the area to see if I can see some pattern of the bird. I like to use maybe an hour or so to do that. It depending on how skilled you are in field craft. Sometimes you need to put in more hours, sometimes you can put in lesser hours to know what you can do with that bird though. So for example, I have the red-backed shrike here. I have not photographed that before. So I spent some time just in a distance and scouting in this area here where it likes to hunt. So they are around looking for food and still feeding the chicks around the area. I use my ears to locate the bird. To learn that is to my advantage how to approach the bird. So when I have recorded all that in my brain, it's time to use your field technique. And that is how I can approach the bird. So there's two ways of doing it. The one way is to just, if you had a lot of patience, find a spot where you can have seen the bird has landed on several times. Go there with a camouflage tent or a 3D blanket like that, and just pose there and just wait until the bird comes back. That can be 10-15 minutes, or it could be hours before the bird arrives at the same place, and that demands some more patience. The other way around is actually to try to sneak up on the bird, and that is the hardest part, and that demands a different kind of skill out of you. It's more stealthy, and you need to make a lesser sound, and also you need to use the environment to your advantage. There was a large pine tree, so I can use as a shield to sneak up on the bird. And actually I got some time because the bird was pruning, and that I took advantage of and bought me time to come close to that pine tree. And then sneak really stealthy. First I shot through the vegetation, so I got some really cool framing in image. Success. That was the success. I got it. I got it. Oh, nice. What a beautiful bird it is. This is an area with a lot of different kind of vegetation. It's smaller bushes, it's large trees, it's open field, high grass, brushes. That's the reason why this bird likes to nest in this area here, because this attracts a lot of insects. What I'm doing, I'm checking out if I can see a bird landing on a higher elevation. Like this brush here, for example, that I like to land on this here. When I see a bird landing there, I immediately scan the area where I can go around, where I can sneak, and where I can get closer without getting noticed. Because if I'm going in the open, it's going to be maybe 50 to 100 meters before it flew up, and that is too long if you want to get a little bit more portrait. I don't want to go too fast because that makes a lot of noise, but a steady pace towards that tree there, and then I can peek a little bit and see if the bird's still there. If it's still there, it's good to take the camouflage on you and just sneak a little by a little and just peek your head a little bit more out, because the more that is visible for the bird, it's more scarier for the bird. But if you're just looking a little bit, the bird can accept you. So I just want to take that in small steps before I go out and photograph. What I did there earlier was actually to use this large tree here as a shield. And first I started off photographing through 2 branches. There was a small opening on that, between the branches there, where you can see the bird. And what I did there, I started to photograph the bird through that, and makes a little cool framing with blurry framing though, and I think that was cool. And then when I had a couple of pictures there, then I moved carefully out of the tree so I could get a little bit more in the open, but still had a little grass and vegetation behind me, and take it really slow. The bird was there still, and then I could just keep on taking pictures. You have to know when to push it and not to push it. That come with experience. You can see the bird if it's stressed out or it's ready to fly. You can just stop doing anything. You don't want to do that. You don't want to push it further. When the birds are starting to get uncomfortable, then you need to stop what you ever doing. I took small step and peeked out, and I got a couple of images, and the bird still was sitting there, and a couple of minutes before it's elevated its tail and make a dump, and that's a good sign that now I'm going to fly further on. And I got some really nice images with the hanging branch there and some small droplets of water as well. So I was so happy with that. But that was not possible if I had like just walked straight towards it. The bird would fly away even before I came close enough. Now I was close enough to get some really nice portraits as well. So use the environment, some brushes, trees, whatever, to your advantage as a shield. Reveal more of you step by step, and then you can like try to see how the bird reacts to that and take some pictures. I hope this was usable so you can get out there and photograph birds yourself. If you have some question for me, leave a comment down below and I will try to answer all of them. And I hope I will see you in the next video. Yeah, bye.